Hi everybody, it's Mary with Stamps-N-Lingers, and it is Saturday night at 7 p.m. Eastern, which means time for another video tutorial. So let me go ahead and just refresh over here off to the left to be sure that I am actually transmitillating, because otherwise it seems pointless. Okay, there we go. Hi everybody, it looks like we've got some folks watching. I'm going to make this bigger to see the comments a little easier. Hello Mary from cold and rainy California. I can tell you some of the coldest I've ever been was in California. Hey, Rosie. Hi, Patricia. Appreciate you guys joining. Happy New Year to everybody. I hope your 2021. The question, of course, is how long will it be before I start calling this actually 2021? If I still wrote checks, we'd be seeing if I could write checks that say 2021, right? All right, let's see what we're doing here. Hi, guys. Andrea, raining in Virginia. Yes, it rained yesterday here like a mo, so I'm sure you've probably got it. Hi, Dancine. Appreciate you joining. Karen, Carol, appreciate you coming. Hi, Trudy. All right, so we're going to get started. This one is an easy card, but it takes a minute, so I'll apologize if we go over the kind of 30 minutes that I have tried to keep this at. I wonder why I'm all crookedy. Hang on a second. I guess I'm just crookedy because I'm crookedy. I'm in a crookedy mood, apparently. Hang on a second. This all just seems crookedy, doesn't it? There we go. Let's fix that. Okay. All right. Okay, so what I'm using today is a set that I'm calling a flyover set. When Stampin' Up! Made these samples in the catalog, the very first thing that you see when you turn the page is a big, giant chocolate Easter bunny. So everybody thinks, and I even had someone tell me the other day that they weren't thinking about this set because it was all Easter. It's not at all Easter. I mean, it's actually only barely Easter in that it has a bunny. But it's actually the oval occasions, and the bundle comes with a stamp set, and one of my favorite things is a punch. You know I like punches. And so we've got the double oval punch, and that is going to be bundled with this oval occasion. So what you need to know is it covers thank you, it covers treats, it covers friendship, celebrations, welcome little one, so it's good for babies. It's a happy birthday and a glad to know you, just a general happy to know you. And it's got this little tiny shamrock. See it right there? So it's going to be kind of perfect for St. Patrick's Day. So do not discount this. Do not fly over this set. It's fun, it's cute, it's sweet, and did I mention it has a punch with 2 ovals in it? Okay, hello. I know, intrigued by the punch. I got it. Hey, Carolyn, appreciate you joining, and I'm glad you could catch me live as well. I've also used one of the Meadow Moments embossing folders. And you know, this is a 2-folder set. You get the one that does like a border. Can you see that? Here we go. Does a border like that. And then you have the one that has the foliage and butterflies. And that is the one that I used for this card. Okay, so let's get started. This is a case of the card, one of the samples for this bundle. So, yeah, I didn't go very far from the design. All I really did is use a different DSP because I love, love, love the Berry Delightful DSP in the Celebration catalog. I don't know about y'all, but I think it's gorgeous. And so I pulled out this Poppy Parade. I have to tell you a little bit of a funny story. So I always keep this piece with my DSP, right? So that I can be sure that I know what colors work. And I pulled out this gingham piece of DSP and I was like, oh, I wonder if that's real red or what. So I go to this and I read it no fewer than 4 times. And I finally decided, okay, Stampin' Up! Screwed up and did not tell me what color red that is. Until I finally, for the 5th time, after I had already made the card, and I looked again, it's Poppy Parade. It's what I thought it was, so that's what I was looking at, but I read Poppy Parade I don't know how many times before I thought, oh yeah, that's the red. So, you know, don't be like me. Okay, so let's get started. I've done some cutting ahead of time because this is a gluing exercise. Yes, those are in the annual catalog, Terry, and they are very, very cute. Thanks, Karen. Okay, so we're going to put this aside. And I have got, that's for that. Okay, so first off, we're going to take a piece of the Berry Delightful DSP. See, you can see it's the berries. And before you joined, I did a little bit of punching, okay? Now, I'm going to give you a little trick. One of the downsides of a two-punch punch or a multiple punch of any sort is that it's really hard to punch just one oval, in this case, without getting the other one. So, if you want to punch the smaller oval, if you'll use a 1 1/8 inch wide strip of cardstock, like this, then you can slide it right in and it won't cut over here. So you're not wasting any cardstock. To do the scalloped, you're going to want a 1 3/8 inch. So 1 3/8 inch wide will get you that scalloped punch. Okay, that's my little tip. You're welcome to write it down and use it as if it was your own. So what I did is I punched a bunch of the scallops, okay, in plain Daffodil Delight. By plain, I mean not embossed. And then I punched some, actually what I did is I cut my strips of Daffodil Delight, a couple of them 1 1/8 inch wide, and then I embossed them in that embossing folder, this one right here. And then I punched them with the smaller straight-sided oval punch. Copy? Okay, so now all I'm going to do is I'm going to lay these out on my piece of DSP. And this one is a really good DSP because you can use those lines kind of like a, guide. Okay? So I'm just going to lay them out, and I've kind of arbitrarily decided that right there is where it's going to be. And we're going to do just like this. And we'll go along like that. And I really want to know where my, there it is, okay. I'm going to move this over just a little bit. So really the hardest part of this, if there is a hard part, is getting these laid out so that it's a good design for you that makes you happy. And once you get happy, then, it's easy because all it is gluing. So you can see I'm kind of splitting the difference between them. And I'm going to do this. So you're going to just lay them out like so. Okay. Now, what you're going to see is that I appear to be out of ovals, which I'm really not. I just need to get it laid out a little better. So, just bear with me, y'all. Just bear with me. Okay. And then we can pull this down a little bit, like that. For all of you who are going, boy, this is a persnickety card, it's not that bad. It's not that bad, and it's so cute because it's so simple. Now, the sample card in the catalog used what appears to be Petal Pink or Blushing Bride cardstock. Okay, and I may need one more piece of, that's okay. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and adhere those, and then I'm going to cut them, and I will almost bet I'm going to have enough. I may have shorted myself a little bit. One oval. Okay. Fortunately, it's easy to cut because punch. Punch. It's a punch. It's not a die, it's a punch. It's a punch. All right, so let's get some liquid glue. Thank you, Debbie. Hello, how are you? And we're going to start just using some liquid glue on the back and putting them right back in place. And then we're going to use our paper trimmer to cut the excess off. Like that. So before you guys came on, and before I came on, I was watching a little PBS. Do you guys remember Riverdance? Riverdance? That, the Irish dancer guys who are like amazing, like beyond amazing. you know, way back in the old days when I was but a child, there was an Irish step dancing teacher around the corner from where we lived in California, in Southern California. And my mother thought it would be fun if I learned to Irish step dance. And so I went, and as all children tend to do, well, I did at least, because I thought I was all that and a bag of chips, I sort of slow rolled it. I didn't like it. I thought it was goofy. I thought it made me look stupid. And so we did not continue that, because what I wanted to do was go play with my horses. That was all. Do not bother me with anything but my horses, Mom. Okay, just let me do my horses. And now I think back on that with the wisdom of 2020 hindsight, which I don't have any other sight is not 2020. The only sight I have that's 2020 now is hindsight. I wish I had kept doing that, because I suspect those guys can eat like a bazillion calories a day and not gain weight. They are crazy athletic. Crazy athletic. I am really, really amazed by that. You just watch them, and it kind of made me tired just watching them. All right, so we're just getting these on, and then I'm going to do a little cutting. And then if I need to, if I don't get enough pieces left to fill these gaps, then I will punch some more. I will punch some more of them. All right. So, want to be sure they're on good and snuggleized. You know what? While that's drying, let me just wipe that off, because I got a little carried away with the glue right there. And I am going to go ahead, since I happen to have a piece of cardstock handy, I'm just going to go ahead and cut another one. Okay, just because, you know, why not? Why not? Hey, Lenny. I'm sorry, Julie. I don't know what in the world that is the problem for you. I don't know why that's a problem, because I remember you mentioning it last time too. All right, now have I got enough here? No. Okay, let's do another one. What the heck? What the heck? All right. See why a punch is so cool? If I was doing this with a die, I'd be having to go turn around and pull out my cutting machine, wouldn't I? All right, there we go. Okay. Now it's all covered. When I made the first one, I did a much better job, and I was able to salvage some pieces and parts. Okay, so now I'm going to bring out my trimmer, and I'm just going to lay that edge. I'm going to lay one edge against the line up here so that I know I'm square, and then this edge in the cutting channel, right? And just trim off that edge like that. And then we can put that up top and put this edge against the 5 1/8. And get that, give that another little sliceroo there. Okay, there we go. And you can also, here's another little tip, you can actually cut from this direction as well. By this direction, I mean right side up instead of wrong side down. Or, you know what I meant. Okay. And then we'll get that last one off, and then we'll put on our embossed little ovals, our little embossed ovals. Let's see, what do we have? Snow and ice yesterday. All iced over and snowing. Karen, you are welcome to that. Well, Carla, I did do that, and if I wasn't on a video, I might have done that again. But see, I do have a couple of pieces, so those won't necessarily go to waste. They're going to sit in my scrap area. All right, so I'm going to pull this aside, and then just kind of give that a little brush. If y'all don't have one of these little sander doohas, I highly recommend them. They're very nice for fixing. You know, paper doesn't always cooperate. Have you guys noticed that? Have you ever noticed that paper does not always cooperate? I'm just throwing that out there. Okay. Now, let's put this away. Let's get this gone so I don't make a mistake. And I know I'm going to put, oh, let's go ahead and, nope, we won't quite do that quite yet. Okay. So I know I'm going to put my sentiment here. So I'm just going to kind of lay out, I have fewer embossed ovals than I have little mats, and that's fine. I want them to be fewer. I want there to be fewer of them. And let's see, I think we'll go there. And then just go right side up, and we'll go there. And then I think we'll go here. And this one, that's 4, so I'm gonna do a 5th one. And I think we'll go there. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, so I'm gonna pop those up with dimensionals. All right. So we want the dimensionals under, or you know, over the cardstock, not on the hangy over part. You know, the hangy over part. Don't want that. We don't need the hangy over part dimensionalized. All right, let's see, windy and rainy, Bellingham, Washington. Never seen paper sanded before, and by golly, it works. Yes, it does. Yes. If the trimmer blades get a little dull, then they really do help a lot. All right. And I'm going to put this here, like that. And then we're going to repeat a few more times. So see, this isn't very difficult, especially now that you know how to do it. And it's such a cute little set. And I love it. You know, this this color scheme reminds me, it makes me think of a picnic. It just makes me think of a picnic. It looks like a picnic cloth. What do they call that? A blanket, a picnic blanket. And I could be like Alec Baldwin's wife. Como se dice a picnic blanket in English? Yeah, no, sorry. Sorry. Hey, Carol, thank you. Hi, how are you? All right, and we'll put that there. Okay. And then, let's see, we got this one to do. Get some more dimensionales. Some more dimensionales. Okay. Yeah, I was watching Riverdance and all I could think of was, dang, I should have kept that going. I should have done that, because I'll bet you that the fighting I did, if I had done that all through my growing up years and in college and when I was in the Air Force, I'd have been a fit kid. I'm just saying. And I wouldn't have had to stress over my weight at all. I am just thinking. But, you know, you'd have to do it. You couldn't do it part way. It would be like, you know, seriously having to dance. But they were, you know, if you watch it, that it was a PBS special. So, of course, you know, they break in every 15 minutes for 30 minutes of please support this station. But they were dancing for a long time. Each of them was. And you just know they are fit. All right. All right, so that's going to be an issue right there. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull my trimmer back out. Yeah, how's things out there in the West? Let's go ahead and just do this one first so that we get us a straight edge back. And so all I'm doing again is lining the edge up with my cutting slot and pulling that piece off, and then I can come up here and go to 3 7/8 inch, which is the size of my card front. And it didn't quite get it. I think my dimensional's in the way. We'll get it here. Don't you worry, none. Don't worry, none. I will get it. Okay, there we go. All right, so couple more sides, and then we're ready to make a sentiment, and that is all. It's really quite a simple little card. All right, and one more side. Uno más. Uno más. Well, Finney enjoyed Christmas because we had that prime rib, and he always gets to eat prime rib bones. And he does like a good prime rib bone. I mean, you know, who doesn't really? Okay, there we go. And if I saw any edges that I didn't like, I would just use my sander like that. Here's a tip, especially if you're using a dark matte. If you're not sure if you've got good and bad edges, put your card front on your mat, and then you can see them quite clearly. In a way that you maybe couldn't just looking at it. Okay. All right. Okay, so now let's go ahead and put that on our mat. Do you take the meat off the bone? Yes, I actually, I gnawed on the bones before I let him have them. Yes, absolutely. Yes, I did. But there's still plenty left. I mean, you know. But what's funny is I would send him outside, and then he would turn around to get the bone, and then he'd stand there looking at me like, well, I was thinking I might like to eat the bone on the leather chair. Would that be a problem? I'd like to eat the bone on the leather chair, Mom. Just throwing it out there. Okay. Now, tiny little black border makes such... I know that it's so pretty with that early espresso, isn't it? Okay. So now I'm going to take my sentiments, sweet friend. I'm not using the little shamrock. Look at that. I pulled that right off of there. Okay. And then let's see, we're going to keep this one out, and I'm going to have this one too. These two right there. Okay. Now we'll do these guys up like so. Now I have a piece of Whisper White that is 1 1/8 wide, and what I'm going to do first is stamp Sweet Friend. Okay, now I did this a few times, and remember my tip, you always kind of want to see how straight or not straight your stamp is. So I see that it's straight, and I'm going to go right in the middle of this. Okay, and then going to give ours to friends but didn't feel... Oh yeah, don't just give them the whole thing. You don't have to clean it off. By clean off, I meant I just ate the part I liked. There was a lot of meat and fat left, and he was quite happy with it, I can assure you. Okay, now here's really the only tricky part to this. You want to be sure that you are keeping your little flower border close enough to your sentiment so that when you punch it, you're getting it in the oval. So it helps if you keep one of your punches so that you have kind of a guide of how close you need to be, okay? So I need to be pretty close. You guys, I'm going to pull this to me, okay? Because I want to be able to get it right. And then you're going to stamp, and we're going to hold our breath. Let's see how that's going to work. I don't think that's going to be close enough. I don't think it's going to be close enough. Well, I'm going to punch it and see what we get. Ideally, you'd want it to be a little bit closer to the sentiment, but I think that's going to work. Yep, worked fine. It worked fine. Ooh, veggie soup. Yes, I think that sounds lovely, but I feel pretty confident that Finn is happier with the way it worked out here, because he doesn't really care for vegetable soup. I'm pretty certain. Okay, so I'm going to take my Flirty Flamingo blends. I'm going to use the light one to start and just color these flowers right here like this, and just the outside petals of this one. This is some high-end artistic stuff going on right here, just saying. Then I'm going to use the dark one for those little guys and darken the little ribblies. And then dark on the middle. Oh my goodness. My artisticalness is amazing. And then I'm going to use my light granny apple green and color the leaves. Like that. And then I'll come back. I'm going to use the bullet tip. Hey Donna, appreciate you joining. And just darken a little bit of those. I need a new granny apple blends. Okay. Now we're going to pop this up with more dimensionals. Gotta love a card that has this many dimensionals before we've even put it on the card front, right? I mean, serious? Hello? Okay, but before I do that, I'm going to take a piece of this 1/4 inch crinkle seam binding ribbon that has a lot of static. I don't know if you've noticed that, but it has a lot of static. And I'm going to put a couple of glue dots on here, right there. Oop, stick, darn glue dot. And then we'll do a couple of loops, like so. And one more glue dot. Stay right there, and then loop it back like so. And cut it off. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. And then we're going to lay it on here to be sure we like how it looks. Yep, we'll take it. I'll take that for $1, Alex. Okay. Oh my goodness, you guys. I saw a thing on dictionary.com today. Words that are not appropriate to use in 2021. And it's just amazing. Google words that shouldn't be used in 2021 because they might offend somebody. It's kind of crazy. We're awfully ready to take offense these days. Just saying. Okay, so I'm going to just trim that off like so. Alrighty. Now, look what I'm going to do. I have me here some Pearl Basic Jewels. All of her words are in the Crude Dictionary. Okay, all right. Tell Tom they are real. They are totally real. He's welcome to use them. He doesn't even have to source me. Okay. So I'm taking my dark Daffodil Delight blend, and I am coloring some of these Pearl Basic Jewels. I've got a couple of the smaller ones, a couple of 3 or 4 of the smaller ones, and then one of the bigger ones. And then I'm going to take my doohickey here, this doohickey, and I'm going to put a couple of these on. Well, that one's upside down, so I should put it on right side up. There we go. Now, remember, you can make pearls any color you want. I'm going to very carefully give that another coat. I want it a little more. Using your Stampin' blends. So any color that we have blends for, you can make pearls. And I could have also, if I had wanted to, but I didn't, I could have colored this crinkled seam binding ribbon with a blend and made it a color. It could have had a color. Okay, so I'm going to put one more here, and that's only 4, which is an even number, which is inappropriate. So I'm going to put a 5th one right down here somewhere. There, that. Squint my eyes to see what I got. Yeah, I'll take it. I'll take it like that. Okay, and that's our card front. Bing, bada, boom. Done. Done. All right, so on the inner liner, very simple. I'm going to make a really loud noise. Somewhere there is a Jim Holtz, but he probably isn't that crafty. Well, I don't know. I'm a highly educated pilot. That's right. They have to be real words. They have to be real words. Okay, I'm going to stamp this sentiment in early espresso. I'm going to do a quick check to be sure that I have a straight image. Yep, happy with that. So if it's crooked now, it's my Mark 1 eyeball failing. Don't hold your breath, it fails a lot. Okay, and there we go, right in the middle. And we'll hold it for a beat or 2 or 3. There we go. And we'll let it dry for just a second. And while it is drying, let me get my envelope out. And I'm going to also use Early Espresso to put, not the sentiment, this little image in the corner. Like that. And it can set aside and dry for a sec. Thank you guys, I appreciate it. And then this only has leaves. So I'll do a quick little color with my, this is the light blend, Granny Apple Green, my favoriteest color. I love this color so much. All right. And then we'll mat it on Early Espresso, Espresso, Espresso. What's really weird is my computer, which is just out of eye shot for me, is a little bit behind. So all of a sudden I see this out of the corner of my eye and I'm like, what is happening? But it was from 3 seconds ago when I was trying to dry the ink by air drying it. Yeah, because I'm goofy. Okay. And I have a Poppy Parade, because I did finally figure out it's Poppy Parade. Duh. I mean, I knew it was, but I wanted confirmation from the artists at Stampin' Up. I was afraid to use the wrong color. And we'll put that in there. And I think I would like to have a round of applause for making the innards landscape to fit my landscape card and not making it portrait. Not saying I've ever done that, but I totally have. I have also put my inside in upside down. I gave that one to my husband. He didn't even care. I was very embarrassed by it, but he was like, it's a card. I'm going to toss it anyway, Mare. So, you know, it didn't matter. All right, the color police will fight. They will. Jackie, you don't even know. I mean, what if I had used real red on an obviously Poppy Parade card? It would have been like wearing plaids with polka dots or wearing white after Labor Day. It would have been an irrevocable error in fashion and color designing. All right. Did you know what I just did right there? Was make sure I was putting the card front on the front of the card and not on the back of the card. Yes, I've also done that. And there we go. All right, and then we'll finish off the front of my little card right here. Remember, when you're doing an envelope, you can either slide a piece of plastic inside to protect the back so that you don't get blends. I'm talking about when you're coloring with blends. Or you can do what I'm going to do, which is take the chance and just really barely touch the envelope with the tip of the pen. If you get real jiggy with it, it's going to go through, I can assure you. And nobody wants that. Nobody wants that at all. Okay. I'm coloring this exactly the same as I did the first one on the front. I shouldn't use yellow. Hi Pam, appreciate you joining. Hey Alicia, I understand. I was sitting watching that river dance. It was like 5 minutes to 7. I was like, I better get in here and get going. Okay, here we go. I'll just give that a little darker. I could pull out my dark one, but I'm not going to. All right, and then we'll put some more of the DSP on here. Isn't that so cute? I love that paper. I love this paper. Now, you know, this is gettable with, don't do that. Did you see what I almost did? I was so busy yakking, I almost screwed this up. You can get the Berry Delightful DSP bundled with the Berry Blessing stamp set as a $100 gift with Celebration, which, oh, by the way, starts on Tuesday, Tuesday the 5th. And when you have a qualifying $100 purchase, you could pick that as your gift, and it coordinates perfectly with the Sweet Strawberry bundle in the mini catalog. And oh, by the way, when you place that $50 order with me, you will get a tutorial that uses said Sweet Strawberry bundle. Just throwing that out there. Also, this stamp set right here, the Oval Occasions and the Sweet Strawberry bundle, are part of my special bundle number 8 called the Occasions bundle. And when you get it, you're going to save you some money, and you're going to get a couple of 3 celebration items, and you could actually pick the Berry Delightful bundle as part of your gift. Okay, so there we go. Pretty easy. Just used the double oval punch to make a whole bunch of punches and embossed a few of them in the Pretty Meadow Moments. And look at that. I even managed to not put any of these. Oh, there's a butterfly upside down. Well, he's flitting in from the side. It's okay. He's flitting in from the side. All right? So I hope you like it. Please don't fly over this bundle. It's so cute. It's so fun. And it really has very little to do with Easter, other than it has a bunny in it. Okay? So please know it is an all-purpose, all-occasion bundle. Probably why they called it Occasions, not Oval Occasion. Then it might have been all Easter, but it's not. So please plan on it. Tuesday is the day. There's still tomorrow to get in on my shares if you haven't done that and you wanted to. The special bundles are available. I highly recommend that you look at them. I've put together some good ones and you'll save some money. So we still have time so that I can order first thing for you on Tuesday. All right, guys, I appreciate you spending part of your weekend with me, and I hope you'll have a wonderful week and that you will rejoin me on Thursday at 1 o'clock for a video tutorial on my YouTube channel. All right, happy day. Thanks. Bye-bye.